Are you looking for 12 most beautiful places to visit in Bangladesh? Eager to feature Bangladesh in your tour bucket listing of undiscovered gems? If so, those stunning locations in Bangladesh will assist you intend a tour itinerary filled with historical records, colorful tradition, and uncooked splendor. Bangladesh has a lot to provide for nature fanatics, foodies, and intrepid adventurers alike. While nonetheless distinctly unknown to vacationers out of doors of Asia, the ones seeking out an in reality unforgettable ride to an area draped in each herbal and human-made splendor ought to make the effort to analyze greater approximately this big, numerous vicinity and what it has to provide. So allow us to begin with Bangladesh's showstoppers and discover greater approximately this majestic United States via 14 of its maximum stunning locations, guided with the aid of using a nearby writer. Here is the list of 12 most beautiful places to visit in Bangladesh. 1. Old Dhaka. Old Dhaka, sitting at the financial institution of the Barganga River, Old Dhaka's wealthy tradition and historical past are meditated in each its structure and the lifestyle of the town's population. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh, and the southernmost location of the town is known as Old Dhaka. Among the landmarks in Old Dhaka, the Lalbagh Fort and Asan Manjil are of the maximum visited sites. The former is an incomplete city-dress from Mughal times. The latter housed the Nawabs and is constructed upon the wealthy Mughal architectural principles. The Tara Mosque, Rose Garden Palace, Christian Cemetery at Wari, and Bahadur Shah Park all include their very own charming records and are must-go-to locations in case you are inside the vicinity. Don't neglect about to go to the University of Dhaka campus that spans 600 acres of land. The Faculty of Science constructing is known as Curzon Hall, named after Lord Curzon, and includes a completely unique blend of Mughal and European structure. 2. Sonargaon. Once a bustling river port, Sonargaon historically changed into a famous hub for muslin buyers with inside the past due 1,800 seconds. It is jam-filled with museums and architectural landmarks, and these days it's miles of famous vacationer vacation spot. The Baro Sardarbari, the then house of a Hindu businessperson, is now a glamorous museum. This is properly really well worth a go-to. Hanam Nagar is possibly the maximum visited vicinity in Sonargaon. Founded with the aid of using the British as a cotton material buying and selling center, Panar Nagar first of all changed into a small city of around 50 homes, inhabited with the aid of using Hindus. All the homes are constructed upon European architectural principles, and the town stays one of the maximum visited vacationer locations in Sonargaon. You also can go to the Sonargaon Folk Arts and Crafts Museum in case you need to analyze greater approximately the foundation and evolution of numerous fabric produced in Sonargaon, in addition to Nakshi Kantha. 3. Chittagong. Chittagong is the most important and maximum modern town after Dhaka. The wonderful Chittagong hill tracks are arguably the vicinity's maximum well-known herbal spot, and clearly really well worth seeing. However, the town and the district have a lot greater to discover. Among the herbal vacationer spots, Boga Lake, Naval Beach, Guliakhali Beach, Patinga Beach, Karnafuli River, and Baishri Lakes are a number of the maximum famous locations to go to. If you adore museums, you may go to the museum at Chittagong Circuit House, Zia Memorial Museum, or Bastar, Chittagong Art Complex. The town additionally has a safari park, an enjoyment park, and a family pleasant zoo. This is best for a day of exploring and seeing wildlife. The town additionally boasts the shrine of Bayezid Bastami that's visited with the aid of using hundreds for spiritual reasons all around. The delicacies of Chittagong is a logo in itself. You cannot go away the district without tasting the Mizbani Kakai or Kalabuna. You can discover numerous excessive stop and informal eating places that serve a number of those conventional dishes, so make sure to paint things up and urge for food with all of the sightseeing. 4. Sylhet. Cast your eyes on a map of Bangladesh, and also you'll fast be capable of discover Sylhet with inside the Jap location. Not handiest is it one of the United States' greenest districts. It additionally has the very best quantity of rainfall. Sylhet is famous for its lakes and different water bodies, and it's also domestic to many tea gardens and small tropical forests. Radargal Swamp Wooded Area, that's a freshwater swamp wooded area, is the maximum iconic vicinity to go to here, intently observed with the aid of using Jaflong and Bisanakandi. You can view a few in reality jaw-losing feats of nature in those forests, in contrast to everywhere else on earth. A 14th century Muslim Saint Shah Jalal is buried on this very district. His burial website online has become a shrine and is referred to as Shah Jalal Dargah that's visited with the aid of using tens of thousands and thousands of human beings all around. Sylhet additionally has many stunning tea gardens and numerous museums really well worth checking out. If you need to flavor the precise delicacies of the district, drop with the aid of using at Panchi or Panchbai for a fast lunch or dinner. Utterly divine. 5. Cox's Bazar. Cox's Bazar is one of the maximum famous locations for vacationers in Bangladesh, visited all around. The district is placed inside the southeastern part of the United States and is domestic to the longest seashore inside the global. When it involves Cox's Bazar, you're spoiled for preference on the subject of sun, sea, and sand. Inani, Kalatali, Sugenda, and Laboni Point are simply numerous of the location's many seashores. You also can discover stunning motels and lodges dotted at some point of the location. Inkori has hilltops and waterfalls and is near Kalatali seashore. In addition, Cox's Bazar is a shopper's paradise. The Burmese marketplace has a sturdy foothold there, and you may discover big collections of decorations, stunning clothing, family items, cutlery, and kitchen supplies, and cosmetics at some point of those stores. If you adore seafood, go to any of the eating places or roadside stores to discover a number of seafood dishes served fresh. The fine eating places serve meals from everywhere in the global, so you'll constantly be spoiled for preference. 6. The Sundarbans. The Sundarbans are one in every of the most important mangrove forests inside the global and domestic to hundreds of species of timber and animals. It is one in every of Bangladesh's pinnacle vacationer sites and is domestic to the country-wide symbol, the Royal Bengal tiger. Sundarban has small seashores and islands that may be loved at some point of the day, and in particular at sundown. You also can stroll via the dense wooded area, getting up near and private with the luscious plant life and a lot exceptional wildlife. Iron Point or Nilkamal is a must-go-to spot wherein you may see numerous animals of their herbal habitat. If you're lucky, you would possibly even get a glimpse of the Royal Bengal tiger. 7. St. Martin's Island. Located near Cox's Bazar and the Bay of Bengal, St. Martin's Island is a small and really famous island, frequented with the aid of using vacationers from everywhere in the global. The island is tiny and may be explored inside a day. No cars are allowed at the island either, making it a pollution-unfastened territory. St. Martin's has an extension known as the Sylhet Dweep or Sylhet Island that you may go to through a rented speedboat. When now no longer roaming across the awe and splendor of the island, you may strive your hand at masses of activities, together with scuba diving, cycling, and stargazing. The island additionally has precise snacks and meals which you do now no longer need to omit. 8. Srimangal. Located inside the northwest of Bangladesh, Srimangal is one of the greenest locations inside the United States. It includes acres upon acres of wondrous tea gardens and sprawling fields dotted with tranquil lakes. You can start your excursion with Lawachara National Park. The tropical wooded area consists of masses of various species of timber and animals. The Nurjahan Tea Estate has lush tea gardens stretching throughout acres of land. Even an insignificant glimpse is not anything much less than remedy to appease your thoughts and soul. Srimangal is likewise famous for its lakes and waterfall. Do now no longer neglect about to go to Madhapur Lake and Bakabil. The tranquil water frame meets the green, and the perspectives may be loved pleasant throughout past due afternoon. And at sundown, Ham Waterfall is generally fine throughout the monsoon season whilst there may be sufficient water in it. If you adore a touch hiking, you may go to the temple on pinnacle of the Lautila or Red Hill. Srimangal is domestic to a number of the greatest versions of tea, so don't neglect about to strive masses of various teas and convey domestic some packs with you whilst you're visiting. 9. Kagwachari and Sajak Valley. Kagwachari is placed inside the Chittagong hill tracts and is famous amongst hikers and trekkers. It has numerous lakes and small hills alongside the Tedachara Fountain, identified as one of the maximum stunning fountains in Bangladesh. Alutila Cave and Sajak Valley are each wildly famous vacationer spots in Kagwachari. The Alutila Cave may be crossed in approximately 20 minutes. Thrill seekers will revel in the journey via the rugged clay rocks and icy bloodless waters. Sajak Valley, too, is compact, however wholly stunning. There are masses of lodges and eating places dotted on each aspects of a single tune road. Since the valley is at a totally excessive altitude, a few human beings even get to really contact clouds. Sajak additionally has a small hill known as Konglak that's famous amongst hikers. The whole Sajak may be visible in days, making it a super day or weekend ride. 10. Bandarban. South of Chittagong lies Bandarban. It is likewise every other famous vacation spot for hikers and trekkers, dotted with hills and lakes with a view to etch stunning reminiscences to your thoughts. The river Sangu runs via this district, and the land's residents as a minimum 13 distinct indigenous tribes. Nilachal Point is the maximum famous vacation spot in Bandarban. From here, you may see the whole Bandarban cityscape earlier than your very eyes. And pointless to say, the view is breathtaking. The Golden Temple or the Buddha Dada Jati is a Buddhist temple and is likewise frequented with the aid of using vacationers. Bandarban has famous hills, Nilgiri and Chimbuk Hill, and also you don't ought to be a hiker to go to them. You also can roam the streets of the town or even go to the house of the indigenous tribes. 11. Rangamati and Kapti Lake. Rangamati is placed in Chittagong, and it's miles one of the famous hill tracks within the district. It is inhabited with the aid of using numerous indigenous tribes and has more than one temples and locations of worship. Kayaking on Kapti Lake, the mind-blowing Shivalong waterfall, and the staggering Rangamati hanging bridge connecting the banks of the lake are a number of the numerous wonders that look ahead to you. Also, make sure to spend a while at Rangamati Cultural Museum amid the splendor of Petating Ting Island and connecting with nature at Kapti National Park. You also can go to the temples and vihars. However, it's suggested now no longer to disturb the worshippers throughout spiritual festivals. 12. Kuakata. Kuakata is famous for its spellbinding seashore and is placed within the district of Patuakhali. There aren't any different locations in Bangladesh which can offer the sort of jaw-losing scenic view of dawn and sundown over the Bay of Bengal pretty like Kuakata. So the city is referred to as the daughter of ocean. When you're now no longer spending time sprawled out at the seashore, you may additionally go to Fatrarchor, Leberchor, Kuakata Eco Park, and Gangamati Reserve Forest. Kuakata is a pilgrimage for Buddhists and Hindus, hence the vicinity is domestic to many temples of all shapes and sizes. You can go to them at Misrapara, Amkalapara, and Karanipura. The island is likewise famous for its manufacturing of dry fish, and there may be a village that sells completely dry fish and not anything else. If you're a fan of the delicacy, don't neglect about to carry a few domestic